Hi, I'm Dr. Lisabeth Medlock of Life by Design Coaching with your life coaching tip of the week for the week of August 13th, 2012. Today I'm going to be talking about ways to give up control. Many of the videos and the things I've been talking about lately, I think with being authentic and living your unlived life, and learning how to kind of find the joy in life and stepping back from yourself, really have to do with the issue of control. The issue of control comes up in my work with a lot of my clients, of people that really feel the need to be in control of everything and to have kind of this perfectionistic view of life. And that need for control and that perfectionism thing that I see in a lot of people can really destroy you by creating such stress. So I really want to talk about where that comes from and how to examine it. One thing that you know that I've talked about many times is that life is unpredictable and you can't control anything, and you have a very small sphere of which you can influence. And the other thing that I think is false about the perfectionism, or the idea that things can be perfect, is that it's just really kind of a myth. I think there is something and there is merit in doing things to the best of your ability, but I think there's a definite difference between giving it your all and having to be perfect, and that's a distinction I think that everybody needs to make for themselves. Because there is no such thing as perfect, and the people I think that can't give up control and feel like they need to control everything and be perfect don't live in a world of reality. Because if you reality test and you do it often, you realize that perfection is not really a possibility. So I want you to think about what need you're filling by trying to be perfect, because when it comes down to it, is what you find is the people that really need to be in control all the time and can't let loose and can't be out of control, and have this idea that they have to be perfect, is because they're kind of insecure on the inside, and we all know that. There's insecurities, there's things, there's messages that they've been given that says, and I've talked about this before, if I don't do it perfect and if I'm not perfect and good enough, nobody will love me. So it goes back to the like good enough quality. I have to be perfect to be loved. I have to be perfect to get attention. I have to be better than everyone else to be able to feel good about myself. And we know that those things are not really true, but they're messages and scripts that we play in our head that we have to really unwrite. So the things that you have to do is, one, realize where does that need to be perfect and be in control stem from? What are the messages and the scripts that you have in your head about it? Where do you think they came from? How can you unwrite them? But most of all, really think to yourself, what's the worst thing that's going to happen if I don't do everything perfectly? What's the worst thing that's going to happen if I don't have control over the situation? What's the, what is the worst thing that people are going to think about me if I'm not perfect here? And if you play out the scenario and really imagine, like, what's really the worst thing that can happen? It's usually that things are not that bad. And then realize what need you're trying to meet. So usually you're trying to meet a need for people for attention, a need for power. A lot of people want to be controlled because it makes them feel powerful, for feeding your ego, needs for attention, attention-seeking type behavior. So think about, why do I feel the need to be in control? What feels so uncomfortable about being out of control? Because what you have to really do is, I always say, push the zones of your comfort level and learn how to feel comfort outside those realms of control. Because it's that which makes us feel uncomfortable is how we grow. The problem with always being kind of buttoned up and in control and having to be perfect is we don't learn anything. Because all you do is keep beating yourself up. And when you beat yourself up, you don't learn anything from it. So only growth and self-awareness come from the ability to let go of control and to really let go of the idea that there's such a thing as perfection. So look at where it comes from, examine what your thoughts are, think about the worst that can happen and kind of just get it out of your head. And really kind of embrace life, as I always say, as really an ongoing series of uncanny events and unpredictable events that you just have to kind of roll with. And treat life as kind of be in the moment, be in the present, and kind of every day. You really don't know what tomorrow's going to bring. You can't be in control of it. And really learn to love yourself. It all comes back to loving yourself, accepting yourself, because all those things that you're seeking about being in control and being perfect, the attention, the power, the control, the feeding your ego, is really the things that you need to give to your own self. And that is, I feel good enough, I feel whole, I feel lovable, I feel in control inside of me, I feel good about myself. All of those things, when you have those and you hold them inside, you don't really seek them from the outside. That's your life coaching tip of the week, and I hope you enjoyed the tip. See you next week with another tip, and have a great week.